everybody's having a great night. I know St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Everybody's out enjoying themselves, doing their thing, doing their business. Everything's getting welly done. Hoping everybody did good today. It was a beautiful day. It's supposed to be another good day tomorrow. Warm, somewhat with breeze, but otherwise than that, doesn't stop anybody from enjoying themselves, barbecuing or doing stuff. All right. So I'm going to get right to the point, everyone. I'm going to get to the point. I think it needs to be done. All right, so this is what's going to happen. All the cops that did fuck with this person that was innocent, and all you cops are doing is harassing him and stalking him. Now, what you guys doing to him, knowing where he's located and where he's living, what you guys did to him, it's going to happen to yous. Officers that have fucked with this gentleman, Piscataway, South Plainfield, Edison, Woodbridge, Old Bridge, Mountainside, Rawway, there's going to be information. And I want everybody to know this because I do think that officers need the same shit that they do to people. I do think that officers need the same taste of their own shit on their front door. Now, I do think what the right thing to do, and when everybody wanted to fuck with this 36 to 37-year-old man that don't deserve drama, that don't need additional fuel or oil to the fire, to his mental PTSD disorder that he has been diagnosed with, as well as other diagnoses because of what cops did to him. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be putting out the truth about this. What people have been doing to him, stalking him, harassing him, following him to other residents, going to other places, and stalking him in other places, and following him, as well as the officers. Now, it's going to come back and bite all these people in their fucking ass. Now, I do think that everybody needs to know the truth about these officers, people calling up police departments falsely just to make it look like he's a criminal. The police are criminals as well. I don't give a fuck their blue line. I don't give a fuck they have a badge. I don't give a fuck they have a gun. I don't give a fuck about anything. You want to fuck with people. You want to sit here and follow and stalk people. And just like Jeff Horvath, Scott Horvath, I'm just going to tell everybody this. Ever since I put these videos about the truth, about what the 74-year-old woman did, retaliation is getting out of control. And I'm going to tell you, and I want everybody to know this. Ever since telling the truth on this live video and live on any goddamn video that was made, and telling the truth about what this officer did to that person and getting involved in his arrest with his brother and his family because of the fact of the truth, I think the truth needs to be put out about these police officers and where they live. Because if these officers did things to you, they did things to your life, they arrested you for no crime, or they arrested you for whatever stupid charge they charged you with, I do think that Jesus needs to put their shit on their front door. And I do think that karma needs to come for these officers as well. Piscataway is going to be one. South Plainfield, there's going to be a total of a few officers, locations of their homes, that they're going to be fucking mismounted and things are going to be put online. Because if they want to treat people like sex offenders and they want to treat people like criminals, I do think that we, the people, need to stand up for ourselves and need to tell the truth what these officers are doing to people that didn't commit crimes and trying to accuse a person again, saying he's committing crimes. And if he did commit a crime, right, how I look at it, when it comes down to committing a crime, if officers or people are saying that this person at 36 years old, turning 37 this year, if he has committed a crime, why is he not handcuffed or locked up in jail right now for the crimes that they're saying or suspecting that this person has committed, or people accusing, saying he's sexually assaulted or he forced somebody to do things or whatever? Why was he not arrested? If this motherfucker has been harassed and stalked by South Plainfield PD in New Jersey, Piscataway, New Jersey PD, Woodbridge, New Jersey PD, Edison, New Jersey PD, Rahway, New Jersey PD, Old Bridge Scumbag PD, because I'm sorry to say it, because that's what I'm going to do. It's free speech, by the way. And on top of that, Mountainside PD, that are pieces of shit, are giving out somebody a ticket because they're saying that he's recording while he was driving, but it was completely legal because no device was touched. So yes, that was a violation, as well as a New Jersey state trooper that is getting fired because of a Fourth Amendment violation. IDing somebody did not do the traffic violation. So I do think it needs to be done. There's going to be 1 to 2 officers per department that fuck with this man. Their addresses will be put online. And I do think that these cops, I think that when they get a little bit of dirt on their shoe or on their boot, they don't want to do something. If somebody is 36 years old, have committed a crime or did something wrong, and you know who the person is and you're following from different townships, why is the person not arrested yet? And now, if he was going to get arrested or any kind of way, what is he getting arrested for? For what crimes? You can't sit here and charge him with sex crimes because sex crimes were done to him. Between the sexual assault and two sexual assaults and 1 rape and sexual assault. That's force and sodomy. That's pretty much when a force and sodomy is basically when a person forces their mouth on someone's genitals or does things forcibly and basically is sexual activity. So if this person gets arrested, and I just want everybody to know this because I know a lot of people are supporting my live, and good evening to you at 7:03 p.m. Good evening to everyone. So if this person that everybody's suspecting that he did commit crimes, there's a line of crimes that you're saying that he committed. Now you charge him with that crime. You know the 2 people that are still alive that actually sexually assaulted him, meaning force oral sex on this person when he was 16, grabbing his genitals and inappropriately touching him in areas, in his private areas at 16 on certain occasions in school and on trips. Now, if knowing he gets arrested for the crime, Betsy Troach of Perth Amboy, New Jersey, Brittany Reed O'Grady, and Union Beach, New Jersey, those 2 people now that are considerably adults will be getting charged for sexual assault as well as forcible rape for the 1st or 2nd degree, and sexual assault between 2nd or 3rd degree if that's the case. So if this person that's 36, that you cops out there, you fucking blue tyrant fucking faggot motherfuckers, you want to sit here and want to take all these accusations that people are saying that he did things to people. He was young and got sexually assaulted at 16 and 17 and raped at 17. That's considerably him as a victim. So all these people that are speaking up and talking, saying this motherfucker did something to somebody when he was the one that had things done to him. Do you guys not get the picture, motherfucking blue tyrant fucks? Piscataway, South Plainfield, faggot motherfuckers. Edison Township, piece of shits. And Woodbridge. The cojones of the motherfucking Mexican cartel, because that's what they are. They're pieces of shit. Woodbridge Township is the start of the problem because of Jeff Horvath. He's the one that stepped his foot and shit got on his boot. And you stepped on an ant, now the ant stamped on you. You fuck with people, it's going to bite you. We know what you did, Jeff, and we know what your family did as well. You guys got yourself involved with this attorney. You did some fucked up shit in Rahway to false arrest somebody because there is a lot of lawyers going with this fact that the way the story and everything went down, it was a false arrest. Rahway PD is for the blame for that. And why someone loses trust for police departments is because of you motherfuckers that lie. and don't want to take criminalization for your actions. You guys did things wrong to somebody. You guys got caught. You let 2 suspects go, one with a gun in a black tinted white Honda Accord, fled the fucking scene, let them all go because black cops showed up to the scene. I think that's considered racist / biased. And racially profiling the white man over 2 black males, one had a gun. Yeah, I think that's a little too fucking edgy. And at the time, Donald Trump was the president. In 2021 to 2022, if I'm correct. Or 2020 to 2021, and then Biden came in. So yes, I do considerably think that's racist. That was a racist false arrest. Now, I do think what these cops are doing, especially to this person that has been going through a lot of shit mentally, PTSD, anxiety, depression, and other mental disorders, and people are fucking with him because somebody wants to get justice. But whoever's the person or the people that they said they want justice, he has to be the one to get justice first before you motherfuckers get any kind of help or reaction from law enforcement. He got raped. He got sexually assaulted first, 15 to 16 years old. And in 17, a person tied this person up at 17 years old and raped him and sexually assaulted his genitals under his will, that he had no help, no assistance, no nothing. His parents didn't give a fuck about nobody. His family didn't want to know anything about what happened to this poor kid. They didn't want to know nothing. And didn't want to know about his well-being. Why was he upset? Why was he crying? He was neglected. There's no reason for parents to abuse somebody, put someone through shame, and make his life a miserable hell because of what they were fucking going through. This kid got abused more than anybody in that fucking household with all the siblings. And to me, it's wrong. And nobody wanted to help him or ask him questions or nothing. He had to keep his mouth shut for years. Until now, these people want justice for this person to get locked up in prison because of the fact of he did a lot of crucial shit to people when there's things that people did things to him. Steal property, money, jewelry, stole shit from this kid and used him and abused him, and they got away with it. And the parents didn't do a fucking thing. All they were worrying about was protecting the girlfriends, getting involved in his relationship with all the women that he was dating and with at the time, and ruining all of his life. And his parents, the father's a scumbag. The father did nothing for anyone besides stealing and doing other things that is against the law. And teaching his kids to look at underage girls at the boardwalk and steal shit from places. And theft is a crime. Theft is a crime. Theft is a very heavy crime. And especially you keep doing it and doing it, but you're getting a slap on the wrist. I don't think so. If people commit the theft crime all the time, I do think they deserve to be behind bars for a good amount of time for stealing from anywhere. Store, work, anything. People deserve that same treatment. His mother didn't even give a shit about nothing. Few incidents here and there, stepped in, whatever she had to do, but that was it. And this is what my friend's telling me. And it's disgusting that parents can neglect your children, and when they are crying or seeking for help because of all the bullying and all the stuff he's been put through. And now, because I'm telling the truth for this person, putting out these real true videos, and now cops want to come after him and come after people because they don't like I'm exposing the dirty fucking blue tyrant fucking justice system that is going on with the lies and the bullshit. And on top of this, they want to protect and serve and help somebody, but it was all a fucking joke. They just want to get someone's ID to see if they have an active warrant on themselves. And it's disgusting how these cops can sit here, have these people come around here to start things with him, beat him up, and jump him and do shit to him, so he can give the police department his ID, so they can press charges on these people. To ID somebody that way, to protect and serve this gentleman when they're out there to hate people? I could tell you, Woodbridge, Edison, Piscataway, South Plainfield, Mountainside, Old Bridge, all the townships that fuck with them, they're going to get their share of karma. Let it naturally happen. Let it naturally happen. All it has to take is this one time to put addresses out to these officers, and if somebody out there notice that this officer fuck with somebody, natural disasters happen. Can't blame somebody for telling the truth. You fuck with somebody, you did things to somebody, you violated their rights, and they know this cop, they know the address, they know the locations. Listen to me, that's their problem. That's not mine. You cops want to fuck with an innocent man? You want to sit here and fuck with innocent people? Have the cops call falsely to stalk this person from one location to another? Now we're going to do it to use. Piscataway, South Plainfield, Edison, Woodbridge, Rahway, Old Bridge, Mountainside. You all going to get your own taste of karma from God. Let God give the blessings and prayers to the motherfuckers that you do things to people. Jeff Horvat, Scott Horvat, and that family is going to get karma. Everybody on Hunter Lane is going to get karma in Woodbridge. They're all going to get it. Because when they fuck with one person, it's going to become all the people. We, the people, are going to stand up to these motherfuckers. They're going to learn to shut their mouth. They're going to learn to not speak and run their mouth at people again. When things happen to them, shit butt fucks up their ass. Are they going to stop? When stuff happens to them, is they going to stop? Jeff, Scott, Horvat family, we know what you're doing. We know what your family's doing. We know what Woodbridge is doing, because now Jeff is considered to be a detective. He's not a patrolman, because I got my NYPD officer as well as my friend in the DA. They're looking into shit. We find out more evidence and more information that you did this to this 36-year-old person. There's going to be a federal lawsuit with Union County and Middlesex County. You guys, especially finding out now about Jeff Horvat, where him and another officer had to go to Newark, New Jersey in their district court because of a civil rights violation. Now, if an officer violates someone's rights, they shouldn't be on the police force. Gone. Why did this officer, Jeff Horvat, get another chance? Get another chance from a civil rights violation. I do figure constitutional rights, civil rights, I don't give a fuck. You violate someone's rights, it doesn't matter if they're black, doesn't matter if they're Hispanic, it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter what race you are or what gender you are. You do things, racially profiling people, and you arrest people illegally, and you violate their civil rights. I think a cop deserves to lose their fucking job right there, done, and then. End of story. Should not be on force, not be suspended, not be on fucking desk duty. I do think that all officers that do violate any constitutional or civil rights should be out of the department. They should be fired automatically. The person does a federal civil suit against the township, and they have to fucking pay up through the federal courts. That's how it works. Piscataway is harassing this person. South Plainfield is harassing this person, following this person, having probably victims in their cars. They're probably having victims in their cars because they don't want people getting caught with their license plates, the make and model of their cars. Because if they get caught and this person does see these people driving around in their vehicles, going to one location to another, and their vehicles match the license plates and everything is there, that means there's evidence. And there's a lot of evidence. You figure 250 license plates, make and models of the vehicles, written down in the book. It's not going to look good for the PD when there's a lot of evidence and there's a lot of vehicles following this person from one location to another. And most of these people are African-American people. They're not white people. They're African-American people. That's what's really funny. All the so-called timeline of all these traffic stops and all these fucking arrests and everything, it was all involved with African-American people. No white people, no Latino people, nothing. It's fucked up. These cops are all going to get in trouble. That's why all the Attorney General's office has been involved now. The Attorney General's office is then doing internal affairs. They're doing everything to these departments because of what they're doing to somebody. And he ain't committing no crimes. He's not going into a store stealing something or going into places and robbing the place, or he ain't doing nothing. He's leaving people alone. But when it comes to officers, and when I'm talking about Joanne Horvath, because I got to bring it up, Joanne Horvath at 74 years old, when she actually turned around and threatened somebody out in the street from her property and her driveway, threatening somebody because she's pissed off because of what that person did to her son, because her son should have never came the fuck out and never said nothing to this gentleman. He should have got into his fucking cop cruiser and went on his very way. He didn't do that. That's why this person went, signed a complaint against him, things got done. You stepped on it. Your mother stepped on it. She didn't want to apologize for her mistakes for threatening somebody and threatening with their sons. That means the police. That's what that is. It's not family. It's family and police. That's what that means. That's a threat. Domestic violent threat. That's what that is. She should get charged for that. It doesn't matter. You cops did things to people. People are going to stand up to you, motherfuckers. And when you listen and you learn, problems happen to you. Don't come crying to anybody. You did things to people. These addresses get put out there. Just like I already know everything about Hunter Lane. Fleetwood Drive and Hunter Lane, that corner house next to the two houses near the fence line for the complex where the apartment complex was on that corner. She's a council person. She's a councilwoman to the township in Woodbridge. This is another thing that really disgustes me. Us people need to pay to get the trees trimmed, cut, so on and so forth. What I found out from this gentleman, because of the fact she's a councilwoman of Township, Woodbridge Township, they needed their trees trimmed, cut, everything nice and done on their property. They didn't have to go and they didn't have to pay. And this is disgusting because our tax money is paying for their property to be taken care of and maintained by the town of Woodbridge. Now, I'm going to tell you this because this is true. So when it comes down to a tree service company, you need trees cut, you need trimming, whatever, you got to call tree service. You got to pay money out of your pocket to take care of your property with your own money. You have to pay taxes, credit card, cash, check, whatever you got to do for these tree service to come out and literally cut stuff down for the property. Now, what I've noticed is the time that my friend told me he went outside, he was getting ready to leave and go somewhere, and he was in a car. He noticed a Woodbridge Township tree service company, meaning the township of Woodbridge, came along. Our tax money paid all these people that lived in Woodbridge that paid taxes in the township of Woodbridge. Doesn't matter where you're located. That money was being used on this councilwoman's fucking property. Cutting the trees down, trimming them down, shredding it down to mulch, wood chip mulch, doing all this stuff and everything for nothing. They didn't have to pay for shit because she's a councilwoman. I do not think that's correct, and I do not agree with that. I do think that everybody needs to pay out of their pocket, just like everyone else does, needs to pay for their services for their property. This woman, this old man, and the wife, they're all council people. They get away with it. Free service for the township workers. I think it's wrong. I think everybody needs to pay for their shit, just like all of us American people got to pay taxes, got to pay for things, and pay on top of that. Like I told you guys before, police paychecks. All those police officers that I told you from all different towns, All of your tax money, all these townships, South Plainfield, Piscataway, Woodbridge, Linden, Rahway, Carteret, Staten Island, New York, NYPD. I mean, you got all these officers that are getting paid all this money, and where you live at could be Colonia, Seawarren, Port Reading, could be anywhere in Edison, New Brunswick. All your taxes are going towards these officers. And like I tell you, I don't care for cops. My friend doesn't care for cops. He does not. He don't give a fuck about cops. And I agree with him. I don't care about them either. Because of what they did to you and what they do to us people, putting you guys through a system. And half of the time, how many people are getting arrested today that are innocent people? Just like I think I explained about it before, how a black man was in prison between 10 to 15 years. He was an innocent man, never committed a murder. He got locked up and was an innocent person in prison with all these convicts. He got arrested for a murder that he wasn't even linked to it. He got arrested, put in prison between 10 and 15 years. And now everybody, all the sons, does this investigation and finds out this black man was innocent. Never committed the crime, never did anything. He was in jail for 15 fucking years for nothing. Because these cops are not doing their investigations properly. They're detectives. They're just taking hunches. They're taking fingerprints. And they're just linking it to these people. Just like Jeff Horvat and Scott Horvat and their family. What they did to this person. An incident with their neighbor. I'm going to explain to you about this incident. To me, it's very disgusting. With Jeff Horvat, Scott Horvat, Gerard Horvat, Timothy Horvat, Joanne Horvat, and all them, they don't realize that this gentleman was caring about the neighbors. This person was minding his own business, but also caring about the neighbors. When this neighbor was coming home in his vehicle, it was a GMC Acadia. It was like a smaller SUV, four-door silver gray-ish SUV. Came home drunk. This person at the time was in his 30s. Went up to him to ask him, what's your problem? This fucking guy, I would say, I don't know what house he's in, but I know he was on, I think it was 78 Hunter Lane or 80 Hunter Lane. Came out and almost assaulted this gentleman for no apparent reason. He came out drunk, tipsy as can be. When he was going up to the door, came back, charging at this person for no reason. And because this person had something to defend himself that was legal, cops showed up to make sure there was no problems. And months later, that person got arrested because he had a taser gun that he didn't use. He got arrested for a crime he didn't commit. Now you figure an incident that happened in the summer, I would say July, August, he got arrested in September to October. That's like a month later, he got arrested from that incident. Now, does that seem that this officer had a retaliation because his neighbor was almost getting assaulted or being tased because of being defending himself? And now he wants to retaliate because he didn't like that someone was going to attack his neighbor? I do see that happening. Officers will do anything to protect their neighbors. They don't care. This is what I don't like about cops. They'll sit here and protect their neighbors on stuff. Well, what does the neighbor do? The neighbor came home drunk, tipsy as can be, barely can walk and step to his fucking porch because that's how drunk he was. How in the world can someone drive tipsy or drunk, putting other drivers at risk? He could have crashed into somebody. He could hit somebody. He could have killed anybody. And all because he knows a cop, he can't get pulled over. He can't get a traffic stop. Laws should be applied to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're an off-duty officer. I don't care if you're a fucking neighbor. Everybody needs to be a law applied. I don't care. I know the lieutenant or corporal. Oh, I'll do this. I won't get in trouble. I know him. He'll let me go. No. Laws apply to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're an off-duty officer. You drink, you're out in public, you fight somebody, you're going to jail. No, a lot of these officers, they get away with shit. And with this Jeff Horvat guy getting a civil rights lawsuit through Newark District Court in Essex County because of civil rights matter with another officer, yeah, I don't think nobody deserves to have a job. And now he's a detective. I just want everybody to know. He's a detective. He don't want to be out in patrol. He don't want to do nothing now because he don't want to get caught. But he's investigating somebody. Him saying that someone's doing some kind of crime, sex trafficking, human trafficking, and all that. Making up all this bullshit lies about him. But me telling the truth about him and what his mother said, and nobody wants their reputation put out on the line, this is how I look at it. Fuck you and your fucking department. And then you want to have other Edison Police Department coming to this person's door and having video evidence about why was the Woodbridge Police Department involved in stuff that he is going through. Woodbridge Township called and contacted Edison Township to come to his door and knocking to help them. You're fucking bullshit. That's why I always keep saying Woodbridge PD sucks. Edison PD sucks. They all suck. They don't give a fuck about you. They want to retaliate against you. And when I tell the truth and put these addresses about these officers, I'm telling you, you don't fuck with this guy. You don't do shit to this guy. You don't stalk this guy. You don't harass this guy. You do things to him. There's going to be a lot of cops that are going to be in a lot of problems with their lives. Because when people find out that you did things to people, put people behind bars, plant drugs in their vehicles, do illegal things and charge them, just like what Rawley did to that person, they were going to get charged with a person's petty offense, not a fourth-degree felony. That's what those cops did too. They also lied about that too. They were supposed to charge him with person's petty offense. That's a misdemeanor. That didn't happen. They charged him with a fourth-degree felony for nothing. It's very disgusting and very disturbing how cops get paid all this money and they fucking lie. Karma's coming for all the officers. That's what I'm going to tell you. They're going to get it. And I'm not going to do one star in anything. God will take it. God will punish you. And the people that you fuck with and did things to, they're all going to come after you. Just like Hunter Lane, what they did to somebody and everything else, all you need to do is pray to God and let those blessings and prayers come down and take their souls. That's all it's got to take is the punishment they deserve by God. God sees that people fuck with his angels. You're going to get your same karma that you're going to get. Shit on your foot. Shit on your boot. Do your thing to these people and you see what happens. Keep fucking with people. Hunter Lane, keep fucking with people. Keep fucking with people. Keep messing with people's cars. Keep towing people's cars. Keep doing things to people. It's going to come back. It's like somebody wanted to put a note on this person's car, on their vehicle, and white paper and blue writing. You don't move the car, it will be towed. Would that be 63 Hunter Lane? Would that be 80 Hunter Lane? Or would that be 78 Hunter Lane? Or would it be the corner woman that lives on Fleetwood Drive? Or would it be the fire chief? Would it be the fire chief? There's a lot of trauma in that fucking town. It's disgusting. And it's a disgrace. You fuck with people, it's going to come biting. You did something bad, Jeff, to this kid. Your family did something bad, and now you're getting the police involved and looking up his plate on his on your laptop and your Dodge Charger that you drive, and your little police cruisers abusing privileges and abusing power and abusing police database. I think it's time for you to get a foot up your ass. And I do think everybody needs it. You fuck with somebody, an innocent man, especially an innocent man at the time. He was in his 30s. He was innocent. He was fucking innocent. Back in what year? I would say 2021, 2022 to 2023, I think it was, right around that time, that this cop, Manny Santiago, the Santiago family, and everybody on that street was fucking with this person. And because this person had balls to stand up for them, they don't like it. And on top of that, I'm going to tell you this guy's this too. What my friend said. Very, very disgusting how the Santiago family, they want to keep that house pristine. They want to cut the grass, leaf blow, and everything. And what my friend told me what they did was they took branches from their property, debris, trash, and garbage, and throwing it over the fence at Willowbrook Gardens on South Park Drive in Woodbridge, dropping debris and trash and garbage from the Santiago's house to the apartment complex property. What does that mean? Littering? That's a fine. Littering debris, tree branches, bottles, shit like that. They don't throw it in the trash. They don't break it up, throw it in the trash. My friend of mine told me that they were throwing debris and shit from their property over the fucking rail, over the goddamn fence. And then someone on Hunter Lane walking on their property, letting the dog piss and shit, and getting away with it. And playing and doing stuff on that person's private property. Now, does that seem disturbing, or is that considered intimidation? I consider that as intimidation, trying to cause problems, trying to make problems with somebody. And this African-American man that lives, I think, in 82 Hunter Lane. Yes, 82 Hunter Lane. And then 78 Hunter Lane is the guy that tried to assault somebody because he was drunk. So yes, it's all matching up. It's very disgusting how people can throw trash on other private properties and they don't get away with it because their son is a cop. Their neighbor's a cop. And their other neighbor works for the Middlesex County Water Company. Wow. Very disturbing how people can get away with shit because they know police. But they only want to fuck with someone, right? Karma's coming. Let God handle it. Cops want to fuck with this person, the addresses will be exposed. That's going to be one thing that's going to happen. You want to treat somebody like a sex offender? You want to treat him like a criminal? We're going to treat you guys like a criminal. And see if you guys like it when things happen. And it's going to happen naturally. You let it happen naturally. You don't need to deal with it. You let them happen to themselves. Everyone have a good St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy your weekend. God bless.